Okay, for this question, it helps to understand what it is that the table is actually showing us. We've got 80 parcels, and we're told that we have 8 parcels which have a weight between 0 and 2 kilograms. And what we do in each case, for each of these groups, is we assume that the parcels are evenly distributed, if you like, across that weight range. So those 8 parcels are somewhere between 8 and 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that the weight is actually about 1 kilogram. The average weight for each of those 8 parcels is about 1. For this second group, it's going to be about 3. In other words, I'm finding the midpoint of each group. So that's 7, that's 9, and that's 11. Now, what I'm going to do to work out the total weight of the 80 parcels, if I have 8 parcels, each of which weigh about 1 kilogram, then actually altogether that is 8 times 1, in other words, 8 kilograms. And I'm going to do the same here. 14 times 3, well, that's going to give me 42. 26 times 5, well, that's 130. 17 times 7, 119. 10 times 9 is 90. And 5 times 11 is 55. And if we add those together, we get the grand total of 444. In other words, my estimate for the total weight of 80 parcels is about 444 kilograms. They now ask me to do the cumulative frequency table. In other words, how many parcels, first of all, have a weight between 0 and 2? Well, that's just 8. The number of parcels with a weight between 0 and 4 is going to be the 8 plus the 14, which is 22. I then carry on adding 22 plus 26, well, that's 48. 48 plus 17, well, that's just going to be 65. 65 plus the 10, well, that's 75. And then 75 plus the remaining 5 is 80. Make sure that the total that you get here is the same as the number of items that you have, in this case 80. So we're now going to use our cumulative frequency table to draw a cumulative frequency graph. And here it's important to understand what these cumulative frequencies mean. These 8 parcels have a weight of less than 2 kilograms. So in other words, I'm going to plot 2 against 8. The 22 parcels here have a weight of less than 4 kilograms. So I'm going to plot 22, which is there. Notice the scale here, the vertical scale is it's 1 square is every 2 units. Okay, carrying on, 48 parcels have a mass of less than 6. Well, that's going to be just there. 65 have a mass of less than 8, and 65 is just 2.5 squares up from 60. 75 have a mass of less than 10, well, that's here, and all 80 parcels have a mass of less than 12. And what I should also do is put in a cross down here to show that no parcels have a mass of less than 0 kilograms. If I now join these up, you can either use straight lines or you can just join them up into a smooth curve. Oops, that was a bit dodgy. Okay, we're now trying to find the number of particles which weighed less than 5.2 kilograms. I'm just going to straighten that out a little bit. There we go, 5.2 kilograms. Well, there's 5 kilograms is here. 5.2 kilograms then is here. If I go up to my curve and then across, that's going to take me about there. And I read off, well, we've got 30 here, that's about 36. I can see that about 36 parcels weigh less than 5.2 kilograms. So my answer there is going to be 36 parcels.